Hello everyone, my name is Johnsen. Thank you for landing on this video. In today's video, I would like to talk about how can we help Google to understand our pages. As you know, Google is a search engine that is created in 1998 and there is an evolution going on in Google search engine since then. I created a page about Google algorithms on my website, Johnsen.com. And I've been following all these algorithms and trying to help people through my articles to understand do and don'ts when doing SEO on the page. There are also some misinformation online about SEO, which confuses people because those techniques which were white hat before, ethical before, are not ethical anymore because of misusing those techniques, and Google do not accept those techniques anymore. So try to make sure that your pages do not have too many links. Make sure that the referring link include either text or image, and make sure that it has alt attribute in there and it is easily crawlable for Google search engine and spiders. Make sure that your web server correctly supports If-Modified.Since HTTP header. This feature directs your web server to tell Google if your content has changed since Google crawlers last crawled your website. Supporting this feature saves you bandwidth and overhead. Also, don't forget to upload robots.txt file under your web server to manage your crawling budget by preventing crawling of infinite spaces such as search result pages. And try to create a useful, information-rich site and write pages that clearly and accurately describe your content. Think about the words users search in order to land on your page, and make sure that your website actually includes those words within it. And make sure that the title, alt attributes are descriptive, specific, and accurate. And try to write unique metadata so that they will be easily ranked in Google search engine. Design a site to have a clear conceptual page hierarchy, because when spiders and crawlers land on your page, they follow certain patterns in order to fetch data and send it back to search engine database. So it should be crawlable. When using a content management system, for example, WordPress, make sure that it creates pages and links that search engines can crawl. To help Google fully understand your site's contents, allow all site assets that would significantly affect page rendering to be crawled. For example, CSS and JavaScript files that affect the understanding of the pages. The Google indexing system renders a web page as the user would see it, including images, CSS, and Java files. to see which page assets that Googlebot cannot crawl, use the URL inspection tool, which is in Google Search Console. To debug directives in your robot.txt file, use robots.txt tester tool, which is easily can be found in Google search engine. And try to use text instead of images to display important name, content, or links. If you must use images for textual content, use the alt attribute to include a few words of descriptive text. Ensure that all links go to live web pages. Optimize your page and optimize loading time of your page. Fast sites make users happy and improve the overall quality of web. That's why Google recommends that we use tools like PageSpeed Insights and WebPageTest.org to test the performance of our web pages. Try to design your site for all device types and sizes, including desktops, tablets, and smartphones. Use mobile-friendly tests to test how well your pages work on mobile devices and get feedback on what needs to be fixed, because when you do the PageSpeed testing, you will get feedback from Google automatically what's wrong with those elements on your page that lowers down, decreases the pages speed of your website. However, some of those elements, since come with a template of your site, you cannot decrease or remove them, otherwise it messes with the entire template. But try to fix those that are easily to be fixed, and make sure that your pages are useful for readers with visual impairments, for example, by testing usability with a screen reader. And Google has certain quality guidelines. The basic principles are make pages primarily for users, not for search engines. And don't deceive your users, which means that using redirect, cloaking, and all those Blackhat methods. And the reason is that why Google is against Blackhat and unethical methods, because they're not useful. They're not providing proper information in Google search engine. They are just zombie links sitting there for the purpose of getting a page ranked in Google by using Blackhat. But that's why Google is against those techniques. And that's why we should avoid tricks intended to improve search engine rankings. A good rule of thumb is whether you feel comfortable explaining what you've done to a website that competes with you or to a Google employee. Another useful test is to ask, does this help my users? What I do if search engine didn't exist? So think about what makes your website unique, valuable, and engaging. Make your website stand out from others in your field. And Google has some specific guidelines, such as automatically generated content intended to manipulate search rankings. Also, these kind of automatically generated content is done by certain webmasters to increase AdSense income. So it's not just manipulate Google ranking, but manipulating Google AdSense. However, in 2022, this year, Google has implemented certain AdSense algorithm in order to detect manipulation of AdSense, because Google is very careful that business owners who pay for pay-per-click PPC really get the result they want to, whether or not is getting more impressions or cost per click. Participating in link schemes, which is link exchange, Google doesn't like it. Creating pages with little or no original content. There are a lot of duplicate content going on in search engine. My own articles have been duplicated by certain people. It's been like this for years. And when I used to use Twitter, every time I published an article, I saw it on Twitter. Some people took credit for my articles, put their name on it. So it's horrible. Cloaking, sneaky redirects, hidden text or links, doorway pages, scrap content, participating in affiliate programs without adding sufficient value. These are things Google dislikes. Loading pages with irrelevant keywords. For example, you're selling shoe and then you're adding Bitcoin stuff. So don't do that. And creating pages with malicious behavior such as phishing, installing viruses, Trojan horses, or other malwares, and abusing a structured data markup and sending automated queries to Google. These are things still some webmasters do. And some of them actually do it very well, that Google doesn't recognize it because Google is AI now. And but it takes in next video I will talk about it, about this type of manipulation and how they get caught by Google search engine. And also make sure that your website isn't hacked, and remove hacked content as soon as it appears. I provide hacked website recovery service, and I provided a case study how I recovered a hacked website. And I will put the link down below for you to find out about it. That's all, folks. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day. Bye.